And I was teaching a regular class at a fitness club in California. It was a fairly popular class. He came with his today wife, Maria Schreiber. Back then she was his girlfriend. And they were in my class every single day for 6 months before he went to Spain to do his movie. So we became friends. I was at his house a few times in LA back then, etc. And when I started doing my show here, I said, this is going fairly well. I'd like to actually see if I can, move this show also outside of the island and see if there's interest in the mainland, And I said, if I'm in Hawaii, why not use the beautiful outdoors that we have here? Because every place else, it's, they're in the winter, they're sitting there in the snow, and it's, it can be a little depressing. Why not use the Hawaiian outdoors and show it to the mainland? So I called Aaron. I said, listen, I have this really good idea. I want to do some shows with you, use them as a sort of like a test for shows that we want to sell to the mainland and see what we can do with it. So he actually agreed. He came out here. He did 5 shows with me. And as a result of that, I was able to say, okay, look who I have Arnold Schwarzenegger on the show with me. We're outside in Hawaii, in the beautiful island. And he had a very strong connection to Hawaii, too. He was hosting the Mr. Hawaiian Islands and all that. So as a result of that, I think it helped, get us going on the mainland. And in 1985, we actually were picked up by ESPN to be their regular daily fitness show. And that was the first show that ESPN carried on their network.
Were you the first aerobics person out on TV? Because I don't remember.
No, I was not the first one on TV. There were people before me.
Jack something.
Jack LaLanne.
But your videos versus his videos, you have a totally different connection to the.
Of course. Well, all the fitness shows that have been done before my show from the mainland were all shot indoors. They were all indoor shows or in a studio. And I thought, well, if you had a choice between working out indoors or working out in the beautiful Hawaiian outdoors, what would you choose?
Yeah.
So I said, okay, let's shoot outdoors in Hawaii. Why not shoot on location? It's the most beautiful place in the world. Let's bring it to the mainland, right? So we decided that we're going to shoot all of our shows outdoors at that point, and that's what we did. So when ESPN picked us up, we basically started shooting all of our shows outdoors and have been doing that ever since for 25 years. So today we're in our 25th year of being on air nonstop, which basically makes us the longest running fitness show. And it's seen not only here but several countries worldwide as well. South America receives it. I know that some of the countries in the Far East receive it. Some European countries receive it. All the French territories, including France, receive it. So we're very well exposed, and with Hawaii being a very, very strong element of our show.
How about Israel? Is it shown in Israel?
I did shoot. We
have on our website. I put the one from Israel.
Yes, we are showing in Israel on a regular basis, 3 times a day, with the shows from here. We did one shoot outside of Hawaii.
In Israel.
And that was
on the roof. I have a copy of that.
That's
I put it on our website.
About 10 years ago, we shot a series of shows in Israel, which became part of our library. Yeah.
Great accomplishment.
Well,
terrific.
But it sounds like you were sort of
originally, when I first came here, I thought I was going to be here for a year. And when I started my fitness show, which was a year later, I thought I was going to be here maybe for another year or 2. I mean, how long can a fitness show last on television, especially? It's such a, it's such a, not a very consistent.
So medium. You are a Hawaii resident?
Of course. Of course.
Oh, so you just don't do business here. You actually live here.
I do, absolutely. Yeah, this is home base. Hawaii's been home base since 1981. Yeah.
Oh, that's terrific.
Yeah. I thought I was going to leave, like I said, maybe a year later or 2 years later, but no, it's every year to another year. And I said, you know what, this is home base, that's it. This is where I'm at.
Oh, with being here so long, and now you're pretty much homegrown.
Right.
Here, being here 28 years almost. The word aloha.
Right.
How can you expand on that word? Do you know what it means?
Aloha, of course, it means many things. Means hello, goodbye, peace, love, everything. I think it's a word that has has a whole world in it. To me, the island really opened its arms for me, right? It was really open arms, and I really started my career here in Hawaii. So my career as it's known today. So for me, Hawaii is a very, very special place. And I think that part of it is the fact that when I lived on the mainland, okay, there was always, I felt at least, living on the mainland, there's always tensions between people of different ethnicities, etc. Yes, it's open and everybody can do whatever they want to do on the mainland, but you feel it. Okay, you feel. When it came to Hawaii, I didn't feel it. It was like all that stuff was like erased and gone. It's just like everybody is very open to everybody else. They might come from different backgrounds, different racial backgrounds, different religious backgrounds, or whatever. But there's a certain.
Would you call it a good spirit?
Yes, it's a certain something that is beyond just the day-to-day coming and going and doing. That is sort of like the framework that is created here in Hawaii by the people, by the environment, by the whole thing. That if you feel it, okay, if you go to other places in the world, you don't feel it. You might be connected to a place emotionally because you grew up there. Mm-hmm. You might be placed with somewhere else because maybe you're doing business there, or that's where the place you grew up. But here, there's something that I haven't found anywhere else in the world, and that is, and it's everybody's like hooked into it, right? It's like you might be swaying in your own swing, but you're still hooked up to that same feeling. Yeah, that same feeling. Okay, and everybody might have a different agenda, but still the hook is into that same common denominator, so to speak, which is what we can translate as the Aloha spirit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's I think that's why a lot of people that leave Hawaii, students, or they go out to they always want to come back here because they never feel that same thing anymore. They always feel like they're strangers somehow, and they don't know really why it is. I've run into many people over the years who I know from younger ages here who move to the mainland, and then maybe they're living there, but they always want to come back here because something is not right for them, right? And it's that feeling, I think. See?
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I think that kind of explained
There's
everything.
nothing, yeah.
I love the idea that
It
we're
was
all hooked in.
perfect.
It's, it's a little
Yeah.
bit like a ski lift.
Yeah.
We fall down and then we hook in and we
Yeah.
get carried back up to the top. The smile,
Yeah.
the friendliness.
Well, see, it being that I'm originally from Israel, and there's a lot of very strong connection for me to Israel as well, because it's I was raised and born there, born and raised there, and all my childhood friends and high school memories and everything is from there. But and of course that's it's very close to my heart. But I think that
Is it safe to say that it's very spiritual?
it's a very spiritual place.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very, very spiritual place. But the feeling that you get here in Hawaii is different because it's just friendlier. It's more.
A melting pot of all.
It is a true melting pot because we really don't have one main, stronghold of one religion or one ethnicity or one everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's really a melting pot that everybody needs to get along with everybody else. And like I said, we're all hooked to that same wire,
Yes.
and everybody's knows it. So it's like that wire overcomes everything else, and it kind of like creates the closeness I think that people in Hawaii feel.
I have the actual law of Aloha, and if I could have you read it.
The
And
what?
The actual law of Aloha.
Law of Aloha.
Yes.
Did you know that there's a law?
I didn't know there was a law of Aloha.
That's an
In
actual
nine-
law.
I believe it.
Yeah, in 1987, the legislature actually put the law.
Aloha may be you. Akahai meaning kindness to be expressed with tenderness. Lokahi meaning unity to be expressed with harmony. Olu meaning agreeable to be expressed with pleasantness. Ha'a meaning humility to be expressed with modesty. Ahonui, meaning patience to be expressed with perseverance. These are traits of character that express the charm, warmth, and sincerity of Hawaii people. It was the working philosophy of native Hawaiians, and it was present as a gift to the people of Hawaii. Aloha is more than a word of greeting or farewell or salutation. Aloha means mutual regard and affection and extends warmth in caring with no obligation in return. Aloha is the essence of relationship in which each person is important to every other person for collective existence. Aloha means to hear what is not said, to see what cannot be seen, and to know the unknowable. In exercising their power on behalf of the people and in fulfillment of their responsibilities, obligations, and service to the people, the legislature, governor, lieutenant governor, executive officer of each department, the chief justice, associate justice, and the judges of the appellate, circuit, and district courts may contemplate and reside with the life force and give consideration to very strong.
So by you just explaining
I think
the
I explained
theme
it,
that
huh?
You explained exactly what's in there, but I'm amazed. I
you
thought you
hit
had
on
actually seen that.
everything in that law
Yeah.
just perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's true and safe to say that that's exactly what you're upholding. You're exuding the law of Aloha and the Aloha spirit.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So we appreciate that very much. So
Yeah, you know, it's interesting because it says here that it's hidden, and it's not. Because everybody can discover it.
But you cannot, we've been trying to find a picture
Yeah.
for our website that exemplifies Aloha. You cannot take a picture of it.
No, of course not.
It's action. You say, of course not,
Right.
but people outside of Hawaii, they don't understand it. If you've
No.
never experienced Aloha,
Right.
it's,
we've come across a lot of people on the outside of Hawaii that can't put a word to it because
Right.
it's a feeling.
It's a feeling.
You know,
Exactly.
so to expand and like how it's a lot of people in Hawaii believes that it's sharing of knowledge,
Right.
not holding on to something for yourself
Right.
to
Yeah.
expand.
It's
you
true.
know?
It's very interesting, and this might be an interesting point too. But I notice that when you do work here or you're working with people, it's like if you live in California, somebody might take advantage of you for unforeseen circumstances, and then you kind of go, "Why did you do that?" And then he moves to another side of the town. You never see him again. Here, people don't. The thought doesn't even come to their mind to do that, and if it does, it happens very, very rarely, I think, and it's the unusual. The usual is people have more trust with one another, they have
Yes.
more openness with one another, they're like, they're more accepting, they're more helpful, without going, okay, what do I get in return? Which is exactly what it says here, right?
yeah.
So that's something that I have absolutely noticed also. Is just, if people are sent to clean a piece of a highway, everybody's trying to do their best. Whereas in other places, I'm not so sure that exists. Maybe it is, I don't know. But
Yeah, it might be called something totally different
Yeah.
instead of the Aloha spirit.
Right,
You know?
right.
I'm sure that other cultures.
Well, there's good
has
people and
exact-
bad people in every culture and in every country,
Yeah.
right? But I think overall we have a lot more of the positive elements of life in Hawaii than other places do.